Okay, out here with Sarabeth again today. She's got the GoPro camera on. She's working her little pony, Brownie. So we're gonna get some video on both angles, from where I'm standing and from where she's at. I wanted to tell y'all what we're currently working on. I've been working him in between days when she's not here, so he's getting twice the. You are doing it. You're doing a good job too. He's getting twice to 3 times as much work as she is, which is a good thing. That's what we want. It's more important for him, and I don't want to burn her out, so that's why she ain't getting quite as much work as him. She's only going to work him about 30 minutes a day, and then we're going to quit, and I'll keep working him some after she's done. But anyway, I've been working him a good bit, using a stick flag in between days to desensitize him around his head, and teaching general barn manners like get over and standing tied and all that kind of good stuff. We've been doing that in the barn. We'll try to show you that a little bit later. Harnessing and unharnessing at the start and end of each day. Working on hooking and standing while hitching. And I want to make it a point to tell you that when we hook them, the very first hook of the day, why don't you give them a break when you get a chance? When you hook them at the... Good job, that's perfect. But when you hook them, make sure you let them stand a while. Don't just take off. Get on your Facebook, check your Facebook, call your mama, call your husband, your wife, your kids, whatever it takes. Another thing we've been working on is him stepping off to our voice commands. Working on slow and steady pulling, only stopping when we ask him. Working on a solid whoa when I ask, and standing in between commands. We do a lot of standing around, don't we, Sarabeth? A lot of standing around. We want him to stand. She's been learning to watch his respirations and his heartbeat too. Yeah, that's right. You did good. Run your hands up your lines like that and go check his heart. She's been learning to check his heart and his respirations. And yeah, it's fluttering, ain't it? And know when to give him breaks. So we've been doing a good bit of standing. He's appreciating that and learning. He's learning whoa a lot better. He minds me better than he does her, but just because yeah, he'll be fine. He minds me better than he does her, mainly because he can hear me better and my voice is deeper. You don't really have to yell at an animal to get them to mind you. So a lot of it is how your tone is, your tone of your voice. We've been working on doing S-turns and figure eights. A lot of times I'll run him up in like a corner of that fence over there. I'll run him up in the corner and turn him around, and that helps him to step on around a little easier without me having to cue him as much. And when you turn, you just, as you pull him left, you say haw haw and pull him around, and then when you go right, you say gee gee like that, and pretty soon he'll get to figuring that G and haw out. Sarabeth has worked on backing him up some, especially when she rides him. And whenever we tell him to back up, we do it real quietly, don't we? Kind of whisper to him. Is that right? And the softer the better. And pretty soon, using these aids like she's doing to turn him with the lines, her mouth is the primary, the lines is the secondary. If he don't listen to the primary, then we use the secondary. Same thing with getting him to go. If we tell him to go with our mouth and he don't go, then we bump him with a buggy whip, or either she'll use her lines. And I am not a fan of using the lines to tap them to make them go, but in her case, she can't hold a buggy whip too and drive, so she uses the lines. Again, your voice is primary, and then your physical connection, whether it be the lines or a whip or whatever, that's your secondary. You only use that after you try your voice. And pretty soon, if you use those two together, they'll just get to where they'll go to minding you. Let's see. Another thing that is important that we've been working on is letting him stand for a long period of time after we're done working. I'll just roll the lines up and hang them up on hangs and tie him to a post, or either, if he's tired enough, I just let him stand where he's at right now. And I just leave him out here in the lot for about a good 30 to 45 minutes after I'm done working. A little bit louder. Good job. You're doing real good, Sarabeth. Proud of you. But if you leave him hooked at the end of the day, that'll do a couple things. It'll help teach him to stand, and also help keep him from getting barn sour too. If you unhook him, if you get through working and go straight in the barn and unharness them and turn them out, that's a good way to get them barn sour, and they'll get to where they'll head toward the barn every chance they get. But it's good with her working him in the lot here, because she's right here at the barn, so he ain't associating the barn with a relief and pressure. One other thing we've been working on is driving him empty with just the lines, and it's, you know, not hooked to anything, just ground driving him around out here in the lot. In and out of the barn and in and out here in the lot to hitch and unhitch from the load. He needs to learn how to drive out here to it and then stand to be hitched. Now, some of them you can't do that. Some of them you're going to have to tie them up to a hitch rail and hitch them, at least for the first while, until after they learn to stand good. But now, pulling that load long enough, they'll learn to stand, and it don't matter how salty they are. Any of them, ponies, mules, draft horses, I train them all the same way. The load just changes depending on size of the animal and condition and all that good stuff. I've had several people ask me how much load is enough load and how much can they pull, and that's a very hard question to answer, because some horses can pull way under more than others starting out, and some of them can't. So you got to look at the animals. Is he humped up, pulling hard, scratching the pull? Then that's probably too much. On the flip side of that, is he trying to run off with you every chance he gets? Well, that's probably not enough. But look at how he's pulling. He's not humped up. He is squatting his hind end just a hair, but he's not humped up and pulling real hard. He's having to dig a little, but he's not scratching and really putting a lot of effort. That's just a fair, just a medium load for him for now, until he gets in better shape. And that's exactly what you want. And then you want to work him down over a period of time. Doing good, Sarabeth. Why don't you give him a break somewhere right in there? Give him a break somewhere right in there. Good job. That's good. Training is all a pressure and release. They don't learn from the pressure. They learn from the release. He learns whoa and how to stand by stopping, pulling them logs. So the logs is the load, is the pressure, and whoa is the release. Using a whip to get him to go is the pressure. Stepping off is the release. Turning left or right, pulling on the lines, or speaking with your voice is the pressure. And him turning and giving to it is the release. It's all pressure and release, everything that you do. And the more you can figure out how to figure in that pressure and release, the better animal you're going to make. And remember, there's a primary and a secondary mode of getting them to do what you want them to do. The primary mode is your voice. The secondary mode is a physical connection via the lines, buggy whip, the load, however you want to look at it. I'm ready when you are. You got pee? Okay. Okay, remember, turn him and go back the other way, okay? Just keep a good hold on him. Get him started moving first, and then use your lines to turn him around. Now turn him. Good, don't turn him too tight. Just ease him around. Around. Good job. Good job, Sarabeth. Good job. Now remember, you have to watch those logs now, okay? So just be mindful of those logs. Okay, step him up. Good job. He's doing a lot better for her today as far as slow and steady pulling. Of course, like I said, I've been working him, so he's doing a lot better as far as that is concerned. Willie had to say hello. he's doing a lot better with that. So the idea now that we're going to focus on is really focusing on whoa. And in the coming weeks, we're going to start working on a few other different things.
Okay, Brownie. No. I'm gonna get on your track. Is that your track? Is this your track, Daddy? Daddy, I'm doing it. Okay. Whoa.
From here on, the things that we'll be working toward, we'll start fanning him left and right, G and haw. That'll reinforce G and haw and get him to doing a lot better. And fanning is just where you turn 90 degrees to the right, come back to center, turn 90 degrees to the left, and then back to center. And that's how you fan. Side passing, some people might call it. We'll do that for a little while. Once he really knows whoa good, then I'm going to start working him to one line, to a jerk line, and teach him how to drive with a jerk line. And that jerk line will just make him pay more attention to what he's doing. Okay, let him rest. He's getting a little winded, okay? Stop him. Good job. Now let him blow. He's getting a little winded. Give him a break. I'll break him to that one line, make him pay more attention. Then we'll start pulling a little heavier loads for short bursts. We won't sustain pull heavy loads. We'll just do real short bursts of pulling a little heavier loads and reinforcing whoa. That'll get his overall minding and focus more toward his driver, getting his mind right. So there's a lot of things that we do collectively together that gets his mind focused on the driver. Then after that, we'll start lightening his sustainable working load as he comes down and gets more broke over time, and we'll start working it. And then we'll start working him to your cart, won't we? But the next step after we get through breaking into one line and pulling a little bit heavier loads and getting where he'll really pull, the next step after that is going to be hooking him to Sarabeth's little cart. And we'll probably load him with a couple poles or something in the beginning. And then we'll start driving him down the road a little bit, won't we? Yay! And we'll build both of their confidence in that. And after she's got... You can? And then after we've got that far down the road, she'll start learning how to hitch and hook herself once he's far enough along. But we won't do that until he's really minding good. And then she'll start learning how to hitch and how to adjust the load and all that kind of stuff. And then the very last thing we'll do on the agenda is to drive by voice and voice alone. And then he'll be on his way to being a broke pony, won't he? He'll be Sarabeth trained and owned and operated. Well, be careful with them logs, okay? Stay out of the way of them and make sure you're watching them, okay? Hey, we got to be safe. Being safe is the first priority. Okay? Okay, take off.
Wait, Mama, Daddy.
Yeah?
You step over to this side so when you're over there and they start to come over there with you, you'll trip.
Yeah, you'll trip. If he turns that way, you want to be on the opposite side of where he's turning, right? Because if you're standing on that side and he turns, what's going to happen? Yeah, it'll make you trip. So you always get on the other side.
Yeah, but you gotta roll first and then you step over.
That's right. Make him roll because you ain't quite got the motor skills to step over a moving log, right? So we roll him first and then step over the log, then we make our turn, right? Okay, let me see you take off. Call his name again a little louder.
Okay, Daddy.
There you go. He just didn't hear you. All in all, they're getting along real good. I mean, I'm very picky. I nitpick some things, and I have to be real careful about that with her because she does get kind of aggravated, and it's easy to discourage them, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to discourage him, and I don't want to discourage her. I want to build them up as we train, each and every day. I want them to get more confident together and make a better team working together. But she's doing really good. I was talking with an older mule skinner friend of mine the other day, and we discussed it, and some people just get it natural. Yeah, you are. Keep him going. Some people it comes natural to, and I think she's probably got it. Because I haven't taught her a whole lot, y'all. I mean, I've taught her some and coached her a little bit, but she's really picked up on this stuff a lot on her own. I told her she was going to be on TV, that y'all really enjoyed her videos, and that she's going to be on TV, and she's really excited about that. Yeah, you are. You're doing good. That's good that you're following in my tracks like that, because that keeps you out of the old hay and stuff. Doing good. Won't you stop him right along in there? There you go.
Daddy,
Yeah?
when you stay on this side, make sure that you don't fall down. Just hold it with 2 hands and don't get on the fence.
Yeah, that's good.
Because if you do that, then you'll be right there, and then you'll get hanged.
Hey, what I want you to do is come up here, but then I want you to turn and go around. I want you to turn toward the fence and go back the other way, okay? Because you already made a turn. Let's see. Which way did you... Huh?
That way. I did that way.
I'm trying to think. You made a left turn last time, didn't you?
In a minute ago.
Okay, well, when you come up here, why don't you turn and come around and go back that way? Make a turn away from the fence toward the right. Well, you can do it right there if you want to. Why don't you just start him up right there and come around to the right and go around and back that way?
That is really easy.
Okay, now remember, which side of the log are you on?
This side.
That's right, and you're turning toward me, which means you're in a good spot, right? Because that means the log gonna come away from you. Okay, all right, do it to it.
Okay. Okay, Daddy.
There you go. Good job. Don't turn him too fast. A little bit at a time.
Okay, I did.
There you go. Now, give him a rest just a second and step over the logs. Be real careful stepping over them logs. Okay, get your lines in your hands.
What do I do now?
Now start him back up and make another round.
Okay, Brownie. Can I go around you?
Yeah, come all the way around. Just stay in my tracks. This is going to be about the last round y'all have to make, okay? We'll give y'all some playtime.
Wait, is this our last round?
Yeah, maybe one more round after this, and then you can go play, okay? Does that sound good? You're doing really good, Sarabeth. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
We just need to keep practicing.
I'm doing it,
I know, you look like a mule skinner. You look like a pro. Yeah. Now see how he's working on them lines with her and he's not pulling her so hard and she's not having to really hold him to keep up with him. That's what you're looking for. That's what the load does. You stay out of his mouth that way and you control him from the back end, not the front end. Don't let him go in the barn. He'll want to go in the barn if you let him. Yeah, just make one more and then we'll stop. Why don't you bring him back around and stop him right up here, right there where you're at next time? Go all the way around and bring him back up here and let him stop, okay? He's getting a little winded anyway. Just make him keep going. Make him keep going until you get back around here to the top. Yeah, she's doing real good. I'm really enjoying this time with her.
Wait, pretend there's a stop sign over there.
Yeah, at the top of the hill, though. Go all the way to the top of the hill, okay? Go all the way to the top. Keep him moving. He's getting tired, so that's why he's wanting to stop. But he can do it. He can go all the way to the top. Go all the way to the top. Come around here to the top. Okay, now stop him. There you go. Good job. What do you want to say to the camera? Anything? You want to do a bow? Do a bow again. You crazy.
Wait, what if I did this?
You're nuts. What else do you want to say to the camera? Anything?
Wait, look.
Oh, that's good. I like that one. That's better.
The princess one.
That's the princess one? Princess wear overalls? I didn't know princesses wore overalls.
Well, if they're cleaning, yeah.
Oh, okay.